What's up, guys? I'm Isaac at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson here in Raleigh, North Carolina, with your pre-owned bike of the week, a 2014 Sportster 48. Now, these are probably one of the more fun Sportsters, not that they're not all fun, but it's most distinguishable by its a little bit lower, slimmer profile and that bigger fat front tire. So it just looks aggressive and looks like a street brawler and just a bike that's ready to rip through downtown. Now, before anyone asks, this is a 1200cc Sportster, not the 883. So the 883 still has plenty of good power, but the 1200 has just a little bit more. So this motorcycle is for sure going to just rip down the road and be a ton of fun. You've got forward controls with little scraper pegs on the bottom, so you get a good feel for them when you're leaning them a little bit harder. And then they've got a little bit lower bars, so that way you can lean forward on this bike and just be in a good position, ready to rip. Probably one of the most limiting factors on the 48 is the 2.2 gallon peanut tank. While these tanks do look good, especially this custom painted one, they are pretty limited on their fuel capacity. But these bikes are getting pretty close to 50 miles to the gallon, so you're gonna be able to surpass that 100-mile mark pretty well. So if you're looking to do any sort of long touring adventures on this bike is gonna be a little bit trickier just because you are gonna have to make a few more extra gas stops. But as fun as this bike is to ride, that's gonna be well worth it. On this particular 48 here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson, this one is most distinguishable by its custom painted orange gas tank. So you've got the cool little skulls on the side and this kind of smoky work all up on top. That, and paired with this gorgeous orange flake all over it, it really makes this bike stand out and makes it very unique. And giving this bike a good sound as well as good looks are going to be those Cobra 2-to-2 pipes you see right there on the side, and making sure the air is coming in just as well as it's going out. You do have that upgraded exposed air cleaner element. So overall, this bike is going to be a ton of fun to rip around Raleigh, and so let's go ahead and show you what this bike's about. Alrighty, what's up, guys? So here we have the Sportster 48. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start this up. It does have the little key here, so a little old school. Turn the key in. Something nice and satisfying about that. Go ahead and start up. Let you guys hear that sound. Oh yeah. So as you can see, it's got right at or just under 16,000 miles, so 15,662. So this bike is broken in very well and ready for her next rider. Take her out around town. So we're going to be that rider for just a few miles today, show you guys what this thing's about. Let you hear those Cobras right quick. Oh yeah. Yeah, riding over here, they sounded pretty rowdy, so they're gonna be a lot of fun. But it's got really good power. The Sportsters, they're always just so much fun to ride. I love them. They're just fantastic. We'll talk more about that in a little bit later. So quick walk around, fat front tire. You still have the halogen bulbs, but if you want to do an LED, you certainly can. You like the classic turn signals up front. I do believe it is an upgraded front rotor up there, Sunstar, looks like it. So should be a little extra braking power up there. So check out this tank. Oh man, the little skull and everything. It's gorgeous. Nice and smooth. Let's see, side mounted license plate, and then a little brake light, turn signals there on the side. So this bike's gonna be a ton of fun to ride. So let's quit talking about it and go hop on it, go do this thing. All right, so it does feel pretty short, so as soon as you start to let off on it, she's ready to go. All that Sportster power here. Oh yeah. She's porting ready to go. Nice little roll off here. Oh yeah. Already scraping. Does feel pretty low, so I don't think we're gonna be able to scrape it too hard there. Let's avoid that tricky area. Alrighty. Oh yeah, she seems very flickable. You're forward a little bit, so you know, like I said, those 2.2 gallons, you know, you might appreciate that little being able to stop a little bit quicker. So this is a 5-speed transmission. So the seat is comfortable, but I'm going to slide forward. My large rear feels like it might start to slide off a little bit. Can't have that happening out there. Yes, sir. Oh yeah. Now one thing that's particularly nice about the 1200s compared to the 883s is the gearing. So the 883 is going to be a little bit shorter gearing, whereas 1200 you can just kind of rip and pull a little bit harder in each gear there. Woo. So yeah, so far our rear wheel suspension test, oh I guess we're on the nice part of the road now. It's doing very well, Lynn. Pretty well. So about to do our highway test on this bike, see how it does. Yeah. So far it seems to be pretty good here. Having quite a bit of fun on this guy. So yeah, it's partying pretty well. So still love that tank. Tank is pretty good. The thing I'll say is you'll have to hold on when you ride this bike, because it wants to pull. This old girl is ready to go. Feel my shirt coming up a little bit on the back. Don't want to be flashing anybody behind us. Oh yeah. So let's do a little highway acceleration. Feels good, feels good. A little bit of lean in there. Yeah, we're gonna get it on right up to 60. Come on in. Don't love riding behind box trucks. Not a terribly great. What kind of pull we've got. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This thing still has quite a bit of pull, even at 70. So Chris, we're going 60 right now. But feels good. Pretty happy with it. So yeah, I mean that 2.2 gallons, it might not be exactly what you're trying to do for long touring trips, but riding around Raleigh or city, you would do no problem. And it's one of those bikes you might not want to make your main touring bike, but you can go far with it if you want to. So if you're gonna ride 4 hours to the mountains, go rip it up there. Oh yeah, she'll get you there for sure. For sure. Also a big fan of these underturned mirrors. Still get plenty good visibility, and also kind of keeps everything nice and cleaned up top. Oh yeah. This bike's got good pull, good roll, good brake, good looks. Good sound. Little rumble in there. Actually sounding mighty excellent. Really enjoying this bike. Oh yeah. Yes, she's doing good. So you do have the little license, the speedometer up there on the front. So nothing too crazy so far as sensors go. You got the little button there on the left side. Actually, no, it's not on the speedometer on these. It's up here. So you don't have to reach all the way around like I was just doing. So you want to cycle through trip A, trip B, our clock. Oh, and we have our gear/RPM ratio. How about that? See how hard you're running the bike. And then back to the miles. So leave on our RPMs. Oh yeah, she's quick. She's quick and she's fun. We just got back from our run to the Ridge Sunday, where Tobacco Road led a group of riders out to the Appalachian Mountains, and we did a little bit of ride on the Blue Ridge Parkway and famous roads such as the Diamondback. Good group of riders, good bikes, good people, all around good times. There was one rider in particular that went with us. It was actually on a 48, and they were having a blast out there. Probably one of their biggest concerns with the 48. This was a rider that's ridden a lot of different bikes, so they were able to kind of give some good feedback on how it compares long term with bikes. So one concern they did have was that they felt like they weren't quite able to lean it as hard, but it has excellent power, excellent pull. Compared to some other bikes, it just felt like the lean wasn't quite there, but get a little bit taller suspension in the rear, and then you've got it. Then the fuel was another small issue they were having, just because it was a smaller tank. So they were a little bit more concerned with it, and because it's a smaller tank and there's no fuel gauge, so it is a little bit tricky. Something you'll just have to kind of get more comfortable with, not knowing as well as you might with a fuel gauge. Once you start riding the bike, you reset your odometer at every fuel stop. Then you can kind of get a good feel for how many miles you can get out of a tank based on how you're riding. The cool thing about these tanks is that you can open up the gas cap, look right on inside them, and you can get a good idea of what's going on. So we've got some beautiful scenery right here. These aren't quite the mountain roads we were in this weekend, but it'll suffice for our testing purposes here. So let's see what we got. A little to the right. Oh yeah, dips right on in there. This bike's pretty light as well, so it's very easy to just kind of drop it right on in and go. And it's got excellent power through all the gears, so you can just go ahead and give it a quick little twist or flip, and then you better be holding on. Everyone's always saying Sportsters are girl bikes. Well, hey, any girl that's trying to ride, more power to you. Love to see it. Love to see everyone trying to ride motorcycles. But obviously the statement's being said with, it's a bike that's not powerful enough. Well, you just gotta learn how to ride it. And this old girl will do just fine right here. I mean, we're breezing through our little course today. Today we're catching most of the traffic lights pretty well too, so that's always helpful. But we're gonna be right back at the dealership in just a few minutes, because this is a quick little bike. Now, if you can throw bags on, easiest thing to do is gonna be, of course, to throw a backpack on. Definitely would recommend a sissy bar of some sort, which this bike actually looks like it has some quick attach hardware right there. And so you can throw one on pretty easy. A little grass pass past the Arden. Oh yeah. Bike's got great power. These bikes are a ton of fun to go ride. So if you're just looking for something to go, just a good bike, even if this is a great first bike, great all-around bike for anyone. That's the beautiful part about the Sportsters, is that they're smaller and light enough that you can learn on them pretty well. They're very forgiving. But at the same time, even experienced riders alike can have a lot of fun on a Sportster. So of course, if you are a Sportster owner, the first question everyone's going to give you is it 1200 or 883? And if you've got this bike, then you can proudly say it's a 1200. We knew that rider up there. I think we know that rider. Not you. Always love seeing some of the same bikes around Raleigh. Means they're out ripping them. Yeah, this bike is a blast right here. It's just easy and fun. The stuff I would do to this bike, let's see. Probably put some different grips on it, just because these are the plain old stock ones. Nothing wrong with them, but you can dress up the bike, change the whole appearance, really put some new grips on it. Probably get a seat with a little bit more of a back wall on it, and just so that way when I'm in it, I can be a little bit more anchored. This one's got some good grip to it, so I don't feel my rear sliding around back there too much. But something with a little bit more back wall, so that way when you're really pushing this bike, you can be on it just a little bit better. Yeah, she's a ton of fun right here. If possible, maybe do a little suspension lift. Because I love the look of the Roadsters. We did a rider review on a Roadster not terribly long ago, and that thing was so much fun. It was up nice and high, so it just felt like it was ready to rip. I've ridden skinny wheel Sportsters before, and ridden some bigger wheel Sportsters, and I gotta say I like more meat up in the front. It just yes, that's don't quote me on that one. It's particularly like if you're riding in the rain, I just feel like you've got more contact patch. It just feels like a better ride. So if you're somebody that's planning to, if you're looking for a bike that you want to ride every day, make it a commuter bike, ride to work and stuff like that, this bike would be awesome for you. It's set up nice and small. You can squeeze it in places, park it very easily. Be good. It's fuel injected, so you don't have to worry about fiddling with the carb in the winter too much. She'll handle all that for you. But it's just an easy little bike to go rip around. So it's something you can have fun with on the weekends or right after work, and it's something you can also have plenty of fun with riding to work. So now when you are sitting at the idle, it will be giving you that iconic, wow, they're either, I guess we just distracted them too much, so they didn't realize their light turned green. Can't blame them, they saw this tank and they're like, wow, that is a cool motorcycle. So we were rode through downtown Apex yesterday, because what else are you supposed to do on the 4th of July besides ride motorcycles? So did a quick little ride through downtown Raleigh, some other parts of it, riding through Apex, and it was 2 black Harley-Davidsons, and there was people blowing kisses and stuff at us in downtown Apex, so not sure what else going on down there, but the people love a motorcycle. So what can I say? They're distracting bikes. People love to see them. So unfortunately this light is not going to turn for us. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that is a deer. What the heck? So in today's episode of Keep Your Eyes Out There, you could be riding through Raleigh in the middle of the day, and there could be a surprise deer run across the road. So Definitely don't want to catch those on a motorcycle. Don't want to catch those at all, but especially on a motorcycle. The nice thing about a bike is that you can evade and get into smaller places easier. So it's an interesting trade-off. While on one hand, you are less protected on your bike than, of course, you would be in a car with crumple zones and airbags and all that. But at the same time, you can squeeze a little bit better there. So, oh yeah, she's doing good. I hope that car doesn't pull out in front of us there. Let's see. So, our nice little deceleration here. Not too bad, not too bad. Some of this traffic come on through. But yeah, these bikes are so much fun. Let's see. Alrighty, let's go get it. Let's go get it. This little girl's got some power to her. I'll give her that. That's for sure. Sportsters are good fun. You got to go ahead and rip through the gears right quick. Yeah, they're nice, simple, easy to spin around. Ooh, see, they got a kayak. That would be a lot of fun today. Go hop in a lake somewhere. It's a good day to hop in a lake. So we're doing our ride a little bit earlier because it's gonna be a little bit toasty today. It's gonna be a little bit toasty. So. Yeah, we're out here. Just a good day to go ride some motorcycles though. Ride a motorcycle to a lake. Go swim. Be good. Yeah, like what I was saying earlier. I put a Sissio bar on this bike so that way you can attach more luggage to it instead of wearing the backpack. And this bike does have rear passenger pegs on it, but it doesn't have a rear seat. So if you had to throw a passenger on, you could. They're probably not going to be the most comfortable, as they could be. But you could. Be a shame if we. Alrighty, yeah. So probably won't be the most comfortable back there, but it's a nice place to put your helmet. And also the passenger pegs, they're nice to move your feet to sometimes, you know, because it's a little bit hard to stand up on these, but they're at least move around. So if you just wanted to get another comfortable position, really stretch your legs out a little bit, then that's all those long trips. It's good just to be able to kind of stretch out a little bit, and move around, just that way you can be a little bit more comfortable and ride a little bit longer. City of Raleigh back there behind us. It was quite the fireworks show last night. There were cars parked all up and down South Saunders in front of the dealership, around the dealership. One of the big shows around Raleigh were right there at Dorothea Dix Park. If you haven't been to Dorothea Dix Park, you gotta ride around out there one day. Go check it out. I will say, be wary of, if you stray from the beaten path out there, be wary of some of the speed bumps, because they are pretty aggressive, pretty tall. Definitely scraped the underside of a soft tail or two over there before. My personal one. That's enough. So here we are. Welcome back to Tobacco Road. Not here, but right there. There it is. There's Tobacco Road. There's the dealership. See it? Look at it. It's cool. Tons of fun. Mighty pretty. See any fun bikes out there today? Yeah, gorgeous Sport Glide and a Pan America, which we'll talk about some of those maybe a little bit later. Rider review on a Pan America, that'd be fun. Yeah. So, but that is your ride and review on the Sportster 48. So, pretty fun bike. Ooh. Let's see if I could sit there on it. Yeah. That kill switch. Oh yeah. So, what do we think? Lots of fun. Gorgeous tank. If you're looking for a Sportster 48, so if you're looking for a Sportster, 48s are fantastic. It is a smaller tank. That is their biggest downfall, but if you really like the look of them, that aggressive look with that beefy front tire, then these bikes are well worth it. Fantastic. Love the little key action here. There's just so much customization you can do to these bikes because the Sportsters have been around for so long and everybody's making parts and cool stuff, and there's just so many builds and things you can do on these bikes. There's so much fun to rip. Everyone loves how they look. Yeah, you can't go wrong with these bikes. So, yes, that's our ride and review for today. So, thank you guys for watching, and we hope to see you out here at Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson sometime soon.